Hello everyone, welcome to Peach on Earth Tarot. Today I'm going to be doing a reading for the sign of Capricorn mid-month for the mid-month December. You can have Capricorn anywhere in your chart. You can be a cross watcher. All that I ask is that if you're here watching this reading, that you come with good intentions for yourself and for others. Now it's interesting, Capricorn, I normally am called to get messages through writing for each sign. And you're only the second video, but so far they've been having me just do songs. And so that's interesting to me because sometimes I get both, but I usually always get the written messages, but they're not having me do the written messages right now. So the song that I got for you is called Something Fine by Jackson Browne. Now, what stood out to me in the song, I'm going to read a couple of the lyrics because I did write a couple of the lyrics down. I'm going to read a couple of them and then I'm going to tell you what message I was getting from those lyrics. So first off, he talks about Morocco. And so maybe that could be a specific message for someone, but to me it almost seemed like Morocco, while he was talking about the place, it was a person. Like maybe the person he went to Morocco with. And so he was, and the song is about memories and thinking back. And so you could be thinking back to someone, maybe you traveled with this person, they're no longer in your life, and you're really, I feel like, I guess I'm getting into the message that I was getting, not finishing all the lyrics. I will though. But it's almost like, you could be like having a conversation with another person or even like watching TV or listening to the radio or something, and all of a sudden a memory gets triggered within you that makes you think of someone that you haven't thought about in a long time, and someone you miss, right? So here's some of the other lyrics that stood out to me. It says, dreams are rolling down across the places in my mind. And that's those memories, right? When the word Morocco triggered his memories, he started thinking about that person again, right? Morocco represented a person to him. A taste of something fine. And so with that message, I was getting like, with the memories, you're really not recalling why that person's not in your life anymore. It's almost like they just kind of like, they were there and you guys enjoyed each other, and then all of a sudden they weren't there anymore. Because it's something fine. It's not even like a bad thing. Maybe it did end badly, but your memories aren't recalling that, right? It's only recalling like the positive things. And that's that taste of something fine. When I think of, like, sometimes the word fine can represent like, oh, fine, whatever, it's like lackluster, but to me I'm getting in this sense, it's like in the way that like fine dining, where it's something good and decadent, and it was lovely, right? You have a lot of good memories about this. And it's interesting too because I also got an angry child who has asked for love and is unanswered still. So maybe that's why that person's not in your life anymore. Maybe you were wanting, one of you was wanting more than the other. Or, yeah, one of you was wanting more than the other one. Because I am getting strongly that this is about like a person, a relationship. It doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic relationship. It could be a friendship, right? But to me, romance is also friendship, because you have to have a romance in order to, or you have to have a friendship in order to have a good romance. At least that's my opinion. But it could also be someone who has maybe some childhood, like neglect or abandonment issues, is what I'm hearing. Either you or the other person. And then, let's see, I'm looking back carefully because I know that there's still something there for me. And so it really feels strongly to me that you are looking back, like you had a memory that was triggered within you, and all of a sudden you like start thinking about this person, you start thinking about it, or it could even be like something you loved to do when you were a kid, that either wasn't nurtured within you, or that you just kind of like, you were interested in it for a while, and as kids do, you just kind of like moved on, right? But something is being triggered in you that you really, really enjoyed. You connected to it on a personal level, and you're really starting to think about it a lot now. Okay, so let's go ahead and start the reading. We're going to start with the Fountain Tarot. Oh, that's interesting, because Jackson Browne, he has this other song called Fountain of Sorrow. That's like, it's one of my favorite songs. But I don't know, I just got that message from saying Fountain Tarot. So maybe go check that song out too. Okay, let's see here. What is the message for Capricorn for mid-month December, please? Message for Capricorn, mid-month December. Capricorn, mid-month December, please. Capricorn, mid-month December. What is the message for Capricorn, please? Capricorn, please, mid-month December. Oh, that's too many. They didn't fall out, though. Capricorn, mid-month December. Oh, I just also got the message that this person could have recently come to you in a dream. That's interesting. Or this, if it's not a person, I'm getting strongly that it's something that you, it's just something you cared a lot about in your past at some point, either in your childhood or even like, it really depends on your age and how time works for you. Okay, let's see here. We have the Chariot. And then the Four of Wands. So this is interesting because Four of Wands is about stability, right? It's about foundations. The beginning of foundations, like sturdy, healthy foundations. And it's interesting because it's paired with the Chariot here. And I'm getting really like, because that's not mobile energy. And this is very mobile energy. But what's interesting is the Four of Wands are actually up in the air here. They're not actually in the ground. They're being held up in the air by these four people. And it's interesting here because the horses, there's a white horse and a black horse. And it's interesting. And then it's like, the card is almost cut in half, right? I'm getting duality here. So it's like two things, two people. But it's interesting because normally the Chariot is about movement, but here these horses are facing, they're like almost running into each other. They're looking in the opposite directions, but they're running into each other. So I'm getting strongly, it's like something from your foundation, something from your past is kind of like coming back up again, because normally the Four of Wands are in the ground, but they're not. It's like they're back up out of the ground. And so, and especially with these two horses, how they're not looking at each other, I feel like it's two people who have, or two things, it could be a person and a thing, a hobby or career or whatever, but they're not looking at each other. I'm just going to read it as it's a sense of a relationship, okay? Because it's coming up like that as well. But just remember, it does not have to be a relationship. But they're not looking at each other. They don't see each other, but they're running into each other. So it's almost, and it's like they're being divinely guided. This is like the universe kind of like pulling their heads back towards one another. Their bodies are hitting one another, but they don't see each other yet. So it's like almost like whoever this is, it's like you guys are kind of like up against each other in like the 5D almost. And I think you can sense it because you are getting like a rush of memories. If you haven't yet, you are about to, but it's almost like you're pushed up against each other, but your heads are like looking the other way. You're not quite seeing it yet. It's interesting. Okay, what else for Capricorn mid-month December, please? What's the rest of this message for Capricorn mid-month December? Oh, the Ace of Swords. Yeah. With the Ace of Coins. Interesting. Okay, so the Ace of Swords is about communication. And with the Ace of Coins on the bottom, did I call this Ace of Coins? It's Ace of Swords. But with these structures and the Ace of Coins on the bottom, I'm getting the sense that maybe, you know, it could have something to do with work. But also I'm getting the sense of, I'm going to go with the whole relationship thing, or like a friendship or whatever from your past. Because what I'm seeing is like this person could maybe like come into your work not knowing that you work there and be like, oh my gosh, hey, what are you doing here? And you're like, oh, I work here. You know what I mean? Like, or you do that to them. It's like the universe's way of like bringing you together. Very interesting. The Ace of Swords and the Ace of Coins. If this is like about a passion that you once had, it seems very promising, because we have the Ace of Coins here, and it almost looked like there's like hands holding it up. It's like the universe is almost like holding it up to you. And because of the buildings, like to me, these look like office buildings in the background here. It's almost like you start here and you build here, right? Like metaphorically, because, you know, we don't want to build more structures. That's unnecessary. There's already too many structures in this world, but that's just my opinion, I guess. But it's almost like you're building something. You're building it up to the highest heights. Whether it be a relationship or whatever. Okay, let's keep going. What else for Capricorn mid-month December, please? Capricorn mid-month December. Can I have one or two more cards, please, for Capricorn mid-month December? Okay. Okay. So we have the Nine of Cups on the bottom. This guy's super happy. He's got his big giant cup there that he's got a hold of, right? And to me, the Three of Wands typically is about like waiting for your manifestation, waiting for ships to come in. But to me, this is about like enacting change, because it's almost like these look like those Four Wands, right? But then they're down here, it's like fluid, or it's like rope, which you can bend and shape however you want. But rods, you cannot. So it's almost like you're taking those rods from the Four of Wands that came up and out of the ground, and like you're taking them and manipulating them into what it is you need, right? Because the Nine of Cups it's like wish fulfillment is what the Nine of Cups typically can stand for. So it's like enacting something from your past. It's like you're taking this thing that's coming back in your life from the past, either a person or a hobby or whatever. You're taking it and you're changing it into something that can work for you. Because rope is about stability, right? Like it's fluid, it moves any way you need it to, but it's also very, very strong and can hold things in place, right? So you're taking this past energy and making it into what you desire. You're doing the work. You're changing whatever happened in the past, like if this is a person, right? Whatever happened in the past that made you guys separate, you're kind of like looking at it and be like, well, let's not do that again. Let's do it this way so we can, create a different, strong, flexible foundation instead of just like complete rigidity. I love it. Okay. We're going to clarify these with the Lovely Omens Tarot. Okay. Can we clarify the Chariot for Capricorn? I almost said Sagittarius. I don't know if that matters to you, but I just thought I'd say it. But okay. So we have, that's interesting. We have another Nine of Pentacles here. Okay, let's see. 2 cards came out. So the Magician, okay. And the Empress. I love this. So I am seeing 13 just because the 1 and the 3. I don't know if that means something to you or not. But, so what I'm getting here, it's almost like these are the 2 people being brought together. This is, and look, one has a black dress on and one has a white dress on, and one has white hair and one has black hair. And that's what we're talking about here. It's like the yin and the yang, the black and the white, the duality of things. And the Magician is a manifester, and then the Empress is abundance. So I feel like you are either manifesting abundance for yourself, right? If this is not a person, or this can be 2 people who are highly powerful coming back to each other. This person might be a little bit more skeptical just by the look on her face, but this person is like fully trusting. It's almost like this as well, the rigidity and then the fluidity. That's the sense I'm getting here with these 2 things. But I feel like these are the 2 people coming, that the universe is like drawing together. Someone who's like a master manifestor and someone who is just like completely just high vibrational. And what I'm really liking about this is like maybe why, if this is a relationship, maybe why it didn't work out in the past is because you guys were not at your 9 of Pentacles yet. 9 of Pentacles is about independence. It's about, being completely self-satisfied. Not saying you don't struggle ever, but it's just about knowing that you're capable of living this life by yourself, not shutting out love, but understanding that you don't need love to, like romantic love I'm talking about, to have meaning in your life, right? Like that's something you desire, it's something that you want, but it's not something that you absolutely need. And I think that both of these energies understand that, the Magician and the Empress, they both understand that. And so when they come together, the love that they have is because there's no codependency whatsoever. It's completely interdependent, which is like just 2 independent people coming in and deciding to love each other just because of who they are as people. And it is coming in. The universe is definitely bringing this in very, very soon, I'm getting. So let's see. Let's clarify this Ace of Swords, please. Can we clarify the Ace of Swords for Capricorn, mid-month December? Ace of Swords for Capricorn, please. Clarify the Ace of Swords for Capricorn. Okay, the World, yes. One thing, because it's interesting, this didn't come out, but I did see it, was the 3 of Wands, and we have the 3 of Wands there. But what I'm getting is like, there's just something that's going to happen that is just going to completely change things. And it's almost like, if you look at it, it looks like this woman on the world card is like looking at this situation because her back is to us, right? The world turns. Okay, they're also pointing something out about, it's almost the same woman as in this magician card, because yes, there's the Fool. The Fool is the 0 card, but we have the 1 and the 21, which is, 1 is not technically the first card of the major arcana because Fool is 0, but that means that the Fool can really go anywhere because it's 0. But we have the 1 and the 21, and 21 is the last card of the major arcana. And so I feel like it's kind of like this person's journey, right? This magician, because it looks like the same person, just she has she's gone from fully cloaked to almost like burying herself. Being skeptical to being fully open. And there's just some clarity that's coming in, and she's looking at it. 10 of Cups on the bottom. You know how I said that it's almost like someone comes into your work? It feels like this person, it's like they come into your work and this is them standing in front of your desk and being like, or it's like they're standing in a room waiting for you, and then you come in and their back is to you and you're like, that looks like this person, and they turn around because the world turns, right? I even said that the world turns. And then I love it because this card is like, it's like you're seeing them and you have stars in your eyes. They turn, this can be vice versa, but it's like they turn and you just see the world. You see everything. You see truth. Emotional truth, because we have this 10 of Cups here on the bottom. I love this. Okay, let's look at this. Excuse me. Let's look at the 3 of Wands, please. Can you clarify the 3 of Wands? 1 or 2 cards for the 3 of Wands for Capricorn mid-month December. No, that's way too many. 1 or 2 cards for Capricorn, please. 1 or 2 cards for Capricorn, please, for mid-month December. One or 2 cards for Capricorn, please, for mid-month December. Clarifying this 3 of Wands. Clarify the 3 of Wands, please, for Capricorn mid-month December. Clarify the 3 of Wands, please. Okay, we got 2 there. Oh my gosh, 10 of Cups is on the bottom again. And so it's, look, it's like this is, 9 of Cups is about like, that's that, even though it's the 9 of Pentacles that is about independence, I'm getting that sense here. It's like, because it's just one person, it's like you have reached your ultimate by yourself, and now you just need the last cup, which is love, romance. The person, your person, right? Because we're going from the 9 to the 10. I love that. Okay, so 2 cards did come out. 10 of Swords, okay. And then the Ace of Swords. Again, it's so interesting because I saw the 3 of Swords, or the 3 of Wands for this Ace of Swords, and now I'm getting the Ace of Swords for this 3 of Wands. So these are heavily tied together, okay? These two. The 10 of Swords is about ending painful cycles. And then the Ace of Swords is the beginning of the next cycle. And that I love that it goes from the 10 to the 1, because that is the world energy, right? And even here I was saying like how it's like you're going from the 1 to the 21. 21 breaks down to 3, which is the Empress, which is interesting. But it's like you're taking this rigidity, right? Like whatever it is that you've been doing that has not allowed love into your life or emotional fulfillment. It's like you've just been working or something like that. And it's that what allows you to have that independence, right? That you don't need to be codependent on someone. But it's getting a little bit painful. It's getting a little bit lonely. You're getting a little bit, excuse me, you're just getting a little bit skeptical of love, is what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing very cyclical energy here with the one on the ends, 2 3s, a 10, like it's just very cyclical type of energy. But anyway, but it's like, and then finally you just get the truth, right? You start understanding how you take something so rigid and make it fluid. Because he's pulling it out, right? Like he's pulling this out and it's transforming. It's like it's turning from one thing into another thing. And I honestly feel like both of these people are manifesting this, like they're manifesting change. Like it's almost like you both have reached this pentacle, or this, like, it's interesting I said pentacle because I was getting the work thing, but it's like I meant like the pentacle of something, like the point, the top point. But you've reached it. You both have reached it, and it's just kind of like something is turning and changing, and it's it's literally changing from something painful to something brand new. So if this ended painfully, you're learning how to change that pain. Like if this person is back from your past, and I'm not condoning going back to toxic people, but the sense that I'm getting here is that you guys have been apart for a really long time, and it's almost like they were not part of your memories until recently. Like they were just kind of like in the back of your head. It's like you've forgotten about them. You had moved on, and then you guys come back into each other's lives and you realize, like, oh, I think we have both healed what it was that was holding us back before. Okay, so we're going to get advice for you from the Moonology deck, okay? What is the advice for Capricorn mid-month December? What's the advice for Capricorn, please? Advice for Capricorn, please. Mid-month December. Oop, I fell on the ground. Hang on. Okay, let's see here. So full moon in Cancer is... That was weird. My voice did something so weird there. It says full moon in Cancer, a personal issue reaches resolution. And full moon in Cancer is coming up probably at the end of December or January. I'm not entirely sure when it is. I used to pay such close attention to moon cycles, and for some reason they have not been a part of my reality lately. So it's somewhere in late December through, like the first 2/3 of January. So there could be something coming up. It says a personal issue reaches resolution. Maybe this is when this person is coming back in your life. And you guys are getting a lot of clarity about things. You're seeing things that you didn't necessarily see before, okay? Now we have gibbous moon. You're very close to achieving your goal, and that's that 10 of Cups to me. It's like you have reached 1, 2, 3, 4. You've gone through all of the previous 9 cups, and now this 10th cup is coming in, and it's just allow things to come into your life. Even if this isn't necessarily a person from your past, I'm getting the sense that it's someone that you recognize on a soul level. So maybe a past life person, right? It can always be that as well. So I don't know when the gibbous moon is, but it's like right before the full moon. So maybe this person is like coming into your life or either right after or right before. I'm not a moon expert, but I'm getting that it's the right before the full moon. And so it's like maybe this person is coming in your life right before this full moon in Cancer, which is happening, like I said, in December, January. And then there's a resolution that happens. It's like you can sense it. I feel like you can sense whatever this is in your peripheral, in your mind's eye. You can sense it. And then this full moon in Cancer brings a resolution to it. Okay, Capricorn, this has been your reading. I thank any of you for being here, any of your guides for being here, any of my guides that were present. From the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. If it resonated, you can like, comment, share, subscribe. I also offer personal readings, and if you're interested in that, you can find the information down below in the description box. Thank you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.